Hey guys, so I went out on Triple Force Friday to see what Star Wars goodies they had out, and I thought I'd share some of the cool stuff I saw. Let's start with the best of the bunch, the Target. Now Target had the best display of all the stores I went to. They had a great pop display too, if that's what you're into. They had Kylos, Rays, and Jet Troopers, and the DO droid. But it's the wall that had the really good stuff. They had Legos, lightsabers, masks, figures, you name it. The new Legos look pretty cool for you Lego fans out there. Some pretty neat stuff. And they also had some Kylo mask, walkie-talkies, some speeder thingamajiggies, and the 12-inch figures. They had a remote control DO droid. We'll have to see if he's any cool. He probably will be. The porgs turned out pretty well. And then the middle section had some lightsabers and some more Legos, but the coolest part are those figures. They had a lot of those new Galaxy of Adventures Star Wars figures, and they actually look pretty cool. I'm actually digging them. I might consider getting some. They had Rey, they had Kylo Ren, the Jet Trooper, Mr. Finn, and the droids. And of course they had that little sand speeder thing, which is weird because I mean, isn't it Star Wars? Shouldn't everything just hover? I don't know. And going to the back side of that shelf, we had what remained of the Black Series figures. I did go a little bit late that day, so most of them, pretty much all of them were gone. Actually, no, there's still a decent few left. There was Rey, Second Sister, Mr. Jawa, a First Order Trooper, that dude, and Kylo Ren with his oversized head. It was pretty impressive that they actually still had stuff there. But after that, I went on to the Disney store. Now, surprisingly, they didn't have that many cool toys as Target did. They were mainly like clothes and all that stuff. But they did have the blaster that I reviewed earlier, and it looks like they put it in a new packaging, so that's kind of interesting. They also had those figurine sets on display, which look pretty awesome. The First Order set actually looks really cool. The Resistance set is pretty decent. It's like, yeah. I think the First Order dudes have cooler costumes. And they also had some collector pins and also a Sith Trooper hat. Now I actually really dug the hats. They reminded me of the Marvel Studios 10-year hats, the Crew Cap collection by Kevin Feige that I like to wear. These Sith ones are actually made by New Era as well, except these ones are not one size fit all. They're snapbacks, so that should adjust better to more different head sizes. I may grab one, but it didn't say limited edition, so I might wait for a sale. And of course they had some coin sets in the shape of not so hidden Mickeys. Now they did have a nice island display that had some figures and those figurine sets and some big droids and a Yoda, but on the other side they actually still had some of the Black Series first edition white boxes, which was pretty impressive. They had Kylo Ren, Second Sister, a Sith Trooper which had a terrible paint job. They also had the Jawa, which is hidden back there. That box was crushed. I can see why he wasn't bought. They had Rey, and then they had a First Order Trooper. Pretty cool. I actually ended up grabbing a Rey. Had to have at least one white box, and I felt like getting the light side, you know? White box, light side, makes sense. And switching to the other side of the store with the other section of Star Wars toys, they were mainly the older ones that were there before the movie stuff came out. They had some of the toy box figures, some of the Lego stuff, some older Black Series figures, lightsabers, you know, all that stuff and stuff. But right next to that Star Wars section was the Marvel section, and if you guys follow my Instagram, you saw that I found the Hot Toys Neon Tech Iron Man Cosbaby, which was a D23 exclusive, just sitting there. It's limit 2000. I was like, I will take one of those, thank you very much. And finally, strolling into Walmart, it was typical Walmart, and they seemed like they were more set up for Frozen 2 instead of Star Wars, which is fine. I don't mind Frozen, but I mean, I don't know. There was no Star Wars display. I don't. Maybe somebody took the display. I don't know. I went to the only section in the aisle with Star Wars, and that was it. I mean, literally, there was nothing else with Star Wars. That was the entire shelf. Like, for real? They had a bunch of lightsabers and, you know, some figures, and then they had the skiff, which was pretty cool, and then a little piece of Jabba's palace. But yeah, they had one figure just kind of dangling there, little Galaxy of Adventure Rey, and then, you know, the other ones were just piled down at the bottom, as Walmart usually does. I guess that's just how they display stuff, piled at the bottom. But yeah, they did have some of those special gold figures left, but I was kind of like, meh. I mean, the packaging looks cool, but overall, I mean, I could just take some old figures and spray paint them gold, and I mean, boom, there you go. So, wasn't too impressed with that. So, yeah, Walmart was total just poop. Well, that was my Triple Falls Friday toy exploring adventures. I'm actually really digging those Galaxy of Adventure figures, and I just might grab some. But what about you guys? Anything catch your eye? Any of the Galaxy of Adventure figures you'd like to see? Oh, and the Legends Anti-Venom review is coming along well and should be up soon, so stay tuned for that. Anywho dudes, hope you enjoyed coming along on my adventure through Triple Falls Friday, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace, Sola!